record this. Okay, perfect. So welcome everybody. Again, like I said, I love hearing where everybody's at. Oh, we've got Fort Sask, Alberta. You guys are fun together too. You guys are chatting where you're at. So lots of people from all over Chicago, Texas, Tennessee, Orlando, Canada, Georgia, just everywhere. So I love that we've got a really lovely, diverse crowd tonight from all over North America market. So like I said, my name is Adrianne Carbonell. I'm from Austin, Texas. I've been full-time in this industry for 17 years. My background is in health and wellness and personal training, as well as outside sales and marketing. So I talk really fast because I've always had like 10 minutes. At every sales job I was ever at, I had 10 minutes to capture, my audience. So if I talk really fast tonight, I'm sorry, but I would love for you guys to ask any questions that you have as we go through tonight's presentation. Please direct them to the chat that you're already using so well. So, putting in where you guys are at. So that's that. So yeah, 17 years full-time in the industry. I started out, for lack of a better word, sort of a broke, tired single mom. I had 4.5-year-old twin girls at the time, and I was looking for something different. So I don't know if any of you guys on here tonight have ever thought, I did something different and what does that look like and what does it mean? Am I looking to have time freedom? Am I looking to have better health or wellness in my life? Am I looking for financial freedom? And there's just so much happening right now in our world. I mean, even Goldman Sachs released this whole article talking about AI sort of coming in and wiping out over 300,000 jobs across the globe, with 150 million, almost half of those being in the North American market alone. So I would say we live in interesting times, right? We live in a time where we're just not quite sure what's going to come next. And so a lot of us are really wanting to work on ways that we can fortify our as well as fortify our income. And that's why you've been invited on this call tonight. So I'm going to introduce you guys to a company called Three International. I said yes to Three when it first launched in the inception of the company. Number in three. I said yes because after all the years that I've been in this profession and done really well, I did not want to miss out on this opportunity to build something really purposeful and significant with products that actually worked and a compensation plan that actually paid well. So this isn't my first rodeo. I'm a seven-figure income earner in the industry, but that's not the thing for me. I mean, if I never made another million, whatever, right? I mean, truly. But if somebody that I talked to did, if I came in and my tools and my systems and my opportunity, my resources allowed them to achieve what I have achieved, which I'm not special. I just plugged in when I could. I started very part-time. That is what I'm after. I'm after being able to create a significant change in other people's lives through this opportunity of what we have called Three. So I'm going to dive in and share some slides with you. And through the presentation, you guys, I think I already said this, but when you have questions, not if, but when you have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and I will get to them after this. So stay on, because we will get to all of your questions at the end. Okay, if I could get a thumbs up, can you guys see the screen? Janet, Yannick, can you guys see the slides? Okay, beautiful. Thanks, Craig. Okay, just checking. You just never know. Okay, so three is where we talk about where wellness meets freedom. And tonight, I've already told you a little bit about myself. We're going to go over the company and the products and the opportunity and what to do next if you get excited about something. So I was sharing with you, this is a little bit about me. I've already told you my story. When I'm not on a stage speaking or presenting or sharing how to become successful in this industry, I'm either hiking in a mountain, probably in Moab, Utah somewhere, or in Big Bend, Texas, or something like that. Or I'm hanging out with my daughters. These are my twin girls. They're now 20 years old. I can't even believe I survived twins. It was so much fun. And it's still so much fun being their mom. They keep me on my toes. And I love, one of them goes to Texas Tech and the other one is going to be a nurse. And then I love being with team. For me, that's what it's all about, is if I can do it, so can they. And just continuing to develop leadership and help people be successful. So the company, we've got Three. These are the people setting the vision. They're and purpose driven. This is Daniel P. Koo. He's our founder and CEO. I've known him for over a decade. So when he said he was starting a new company and invited 40 top leaders to sit in a room to talk about this thing that he was going to call three, I was shocked. I was like, you are going to, wow, I cannot miss out because he's had 20 years of experience, 8 in the global e-commerce space. He's already built 2 successful digital enterprises. And his goal was to change lives for the better through better health and life-changing opportunity. We're creating a community built on purpose and impact and collective good. And he is doing that. And let me tell you, one of the reasons I walked away from my last company is because the ownership retired. This kid, I say kid, he's in his 40s and he has a great financial track record and he's running this business very, so that's one reason I was trusting him. Then we also have Dr. Dan Gubler, who's our chief scientific officer. He's had 18 years of cellular absorption formulation experience. He's formulated over 70 different nutritional supplements, 16 patents granted and are pending. He's Caltech trained. His PhDs in organic. He's also a health influencer. So, fun fact, when Dr. Dan walked in the room, I was like, that can't be the guy I watch on Instagram, right? I mean, I had already been following him for years, how he went from pharmaceutical into nutraceuticals and started changing people's lives through simple lines of products that people can incorporate and actually result. So for him, he says after 2 decades in this industry, I can confidently say that our products are the best he's ever seen in the marketplace. No one matches three when it comes to quality, cellular absorption, technology, and credibility. And that is true. So we are a science and technology company. We do have 3 different studies. We have a cellular absorption study showing how our products absorb on the low end up to 36% higher than the organic supplement, all the way to the high end of up to 95% into the cell without needing any IV drip. And then we also have an epigenetic study, which means our products are highly, highly absorbable. They actually change your DNA. They change your gene expression for the better when used over time. We also have another study on just one of our products called the superoxide production study. And what that means is that one of our products, Revive, every time you take it, it reduces superoxide by 36%. Superoxide, my friends, I had to learn this. It's an overproduction of bad inflammation in the body. Does anyone here ever struggle with joint pain? Any type of, inflammatory issues, inflammatory overload. All right. We are an anti-inflammatory company. Our entire line is predicated and based on providing high quality products that actually can help the body cope with stress. So that's Dr. Dan's expertise. And it's so powerful. What he's put together is our products are actually recognized in something called the PDR, the prescriber's digital reference. It's like an encyclopedia of prescription drugs and high quality nutritional supplements. You can't be in there unless you spend $3 million a year on third party testing for safety, efficacy, potency. You list every single product explaining the benefit to the human body and why it's so helpful and how it might interact. It is a big deal. This is the first time in 17 years I've been able to have that kind of street cred to say that my supplement lines that I'm representing are actually in the PDR. So we're not white labeled in any way, shape, or form. It's just a beautiful product system, beautiful line of products. It means you're not, spending a lot of money on supplements that aren't absorbing. Okay, here we have an entire scientific advisory board. These are people setting the vision. They're also trusted, proven, and purpose driven. They sit on a board pro bono. This is a volunteer army of medical doctors, professionals in their own right, and they too significant results on the 3 products. So what I love about it is they're volunteering their time to help educate us at every single event on how we can promote the products better and understand how they work with our bodies better. But tonight we're going to talk about one of our key products, which might be one of the reasons somebody invited you on. And we're going to talk a little bit about obesity, and not just obesity being the problem, but what obesity is for me is it's actually an overproduction of bad inflammation in the body, right? It's a body that's not at ease. It's a body that is inflamed and struggling. Okay. And so when we talk about that, the GLP-1 wave has been something very significant in the last couple of years because 74% of people were overweight, according to the CDC. And 30 to 50 million Americans are considering using a GLP-1 drug. And it comes at a high cost. They can be upwards of $400 to $1,500 per month. Are you with me? They're priced. And now everyone's like, oh, you can get it for cheaper online. There's a black market, do da 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 do. You guys, this is it's a pretty heavy duty drug if you really dive into it. I don't know if I'd be wanting to buy it off the black market. There's 18-year-old kids in college doing that. And I finally got my college daughters talking about this natural product we offer because it was so disturbing to me that 18-year-old kids were buying GLP-1 injectables. Yeah, they're injecting themselves with it off the black market. That's disgusting. Okay. 1 in 12, by the way. 1 in 12 people tried a synthetic GLP drug, and 1 in 5 have had adverse reactions. You might have been one of them. I personally tried a synthetic GLP. It was prescribed to me by my doctor because he said it would help me if I microdosed with it. It would help me with my premenopausal 40s. And I did what he said. I was like, sure, let me try it. How much is it? Oh, $800. Okay, here we go. And I went on a journey. And oh boy, was it a journey. Okay. I am not a type 2 diabetic. I did not have an A1C out of whack, as most people don't when they started this drug. And what happened to me almost sent me to the ER, not once, but twice. So the reason I'm super passionate about it is because I too have had my own experience on synthetic GLP products, and I would prefer the latter. And again, some of the biggest side effects that I've been seeing since we launched this product, and I've talked to a lot of people, they get loss of lean muscle mass, nausea, constipation, hair loss. They get a rebound effect where the weight returns much more quickly because they're using a synthetic. Well, what if we had an all-natural solution to that? We do. This is MBC7, or what we call GLP-3, not one, three. And it is a patented all-natural peptide metabolic boost complex. And it's called 267 because it's got 267 peptide derivatives from Norwegian salmon that help do the same thing that a GLP-1 does without the negative or harsh side effects. So yes, it can help obliterate food cravings, help you drop the pounds and inches, but more importantly, it's peptide therapy. It's metabolic therapy. Peptide and metabolic therapy, my friends, and you're microdosing with it on a daily basis, and it helps lean muscle mass. Do you know why this is so powerful for me as a personal trainer? Because all I ever wanted to do, and I worked with a lot of women too, we lose 1/4% of our lean muscle mass every decade after the age of 30. That's what you don't want, because that's how you get into osteoarthritis and stuff like that. Okay, it's just not a good plan. So what I love about this is it's helping you retain lean muscle mass while obliterating food cravings and helping you drop the pounds and inches. So what is it made of? The peptide derivatives are made of Norwegian salmon peptides, mushroom glycolipids, panax ginseng extract, saffron extract, and hops. Now, this is significant. I was sitting in a medical doctor's practice just a few weeks ago when I was in San Jose, California. And this is a medical doctor that specifically specializes in peptide therapy, metabolic therapies, and helping women reset their hormones, and men. Okay. And I sat in his office and I said, I don't know if this is for you or not, but this is what I've got. And he's like, hold on. If this is what I think it is, it's actually one of the most powerful peptide products for GLP or for A1C and blood sugar stabilization than any other product on the market right now. He says, listed in the PDR, right? I'm like, it is listed in the PDR. He's like, I've got to show you this. He comes out with a deck of slides talking about how he just paid thousands of dollars to sit into a webinar from a scientist explaining how using Norwegian salmon, specifically from fish, specifically from where we get our salmon, can reverse the aging process. Now, I'm not trying to make any claims. Of course, our products were not intended to prevent or cure any type of disease. But what I'm trying to tell you is, for me, that was social proof that I was on the right track. That the product that we offer is different from other natural products out there that might just have hops extract in it, that all it's doing is going into the colon and helping with a little bit of food cravings. Ours isn't doing that. Ours is doing more than that. It is resetting the systems in the body. The longer you use it, the better result that you're on. It's not just about weight loss, my friends. It's about getting the body what it needs so it can do what it's supposed to do. Right? We were meant to age well. We were meant to live in a good, healthy body. You're meant to feel good. You're meant to wake up with energy, enthused, and not have pain or joint issues. That's how you're meant to feel. And this product, when microdosed over time, can help you do that. For weight loss, most people are doing a little bit more. They're doing 3/4 of a dropper full, either 2 to 3 times per day, 30 to 45 minutes per meal. Some people, it's kind of like a sleep number bed. Some people need more depending on how much weight they need to lose. Some people need less. It just depends on what your goal is. There are other benefits to this as well. Improved mood, improved sleep, regulates, blood sugar levels in the body. Yet there's a ton of benefits to doing peptide therapy or metabolic therapy, and that's exactly what this is. We have a lot of people who feel great. How is it performing? We have studies. So peptide formula like ours, a peptide with activation of wanting to activate the GLP-1 receptor site, which by the way, the GLP-1 receptor like looks like a green pepper in your DNA. Okay. It literally looks like a green pepper. And what happens is with a synthetic, it's so overpowering. It's so strong, like a trizep or semaglutide, something like that. It comes in and it pounds the pepper. And that's why people, oh yeah, they lose weight because they're so dang sick. It's really overpowering. Okay. You can might feel good for a month and then the next month you feel like crap. I mean, it just depends, right? Whereas our product can be used consistently. It's the only peptide formula that still attaches to the receptor site, to the green pepper, like a synthetic does, and allows you to produce a result like weight loss, things, holding on to lean muscle mass without damaging the receptor site, without damaging the green pepper. Okay. So that's why people can be on our product longer, more consistently without adverse side effects, only side benefits. And it is outperforming semaglutide right now. Okay. We have other products too. Dr. Dan is not a one product wonder. He didn't just create GLP-3. We have great supporting essentials that are everyday multivitamin. That's one of my favorite multivitamins. It's a beautiful product. It's the first product I started in on, and in 2 days, I felt better than I had in my prior company's products. It's only $70 a month, and I was spending $300 a month on an AM and PM pack. Really 600 for my spouse and I at the time. And I'm telling you, it was pricey. And I oftentimes would take sick and nauseous and not feel good. No, this is plant-based. It's a whole food nutrition. You guys, it's got 100 million live probiotic digestive enzymes. I felt better in 2 days on Vitalite than I did in a company that paid me millions of dollars to promote their other products. Now I had conflict, right? I was like, how can I feel so much better on this guy's one product, one packet a day vitamin, multivitamin than I have in my other company spending $600 a month? I had to do something different, right? So I did. Started three. We have Eternel, which is our antioxidant blend. Is anybody a cellular being? You have cells in your body, right? Okay. How they communicate better when they're less inflamed and they actually, you have a better heart health and all sorts of stuff. So you are receiving a lot of antioxidants. That's what Eternel is. It's like juice box. It's like 40 acai berry bowls in one without all the sugar, but it's feeding the cells on a regular basis. And guess what? Your cells duplicate and replicate every 30, 60, 90 days. You're like a whole new person every 90 days. So you want to give it good, high quality ingredients. It's so powerful that even a 3-year-old could start on Eternal, and it just tastes like a little juice box. I do 1 to 2 a day. It's got glutathione and CoQ10 for heart health. It's a beautiful product. We have our collagen. Collagen is one of my favorite products. I love the collagen that we have. It's not like the other collagens out there in the market. It's a high quality 5 whole grams of type 1 marine collagen mixed with biotin, keratin, hyaluronic acid. People get on this and it helps them with things like leaky gut, tissue recovery and repair. It's a beautiful product. Yes, hair, skin, and nails, but also it's more about tissue recovery and repair. Okay, we also have our Revive. This is the one that has its own superoxide study. It's got turmeric, boswellia, black cumin oil. You guys, it's a beautiful product. Piperine, menthol, adjuvants. It is, oh my gosh, I saw this ad on YouTube today about these people that were like, if you take this, you're gonna feel amazing. And it was like everything that's in Revive, but a lower quality. I'm like, oh my gosh, you would need a big bag of those pills because you would need to do 6 to 8 a day, to get what's in 2 caplets of ours because it's liposomal again. Liposomal means it's being absorbed at a higher rate into the body. It's a beautiful product. So if you have joint pain, inflammation, you exercise a lot, you're looking for better recovery times, Revive is the product for you. Okay, immune. Does everyone here have an immune system? I'm sure you do, right? We're well aware of that. Okay, what happens is with the immune system is direct to the stress response in the body. So you want to help the body cope and manage stress. Does anyone here know what stress feels like? Two hands up for me, right? Okay, we all know what stress. So one of the reasons I love the immune support is it comes in and it sort of crosses the T's and dots the I's and it uses things like liposomal quercetin and aloe vera and 4 different types of nootropic mushrooms and beautiful ingredients, vitamin C from acerola cherry. And yes, it is helping the immune system cope with stress, which means it's an immune modulator, not an immune booster. So if you have an autoimmune disorder or you know somebody who does, this is a safe place for you to start too, because this will come in and help you modulate an overactive or underactive immune system. Okay, Purify, one of my favorite products. I do 1 to 2 every single night before I go to bed, and sometimes every other night. And it really helps in conjunction with the GLP-3 product. Why? Because we all need to detox. Does everyone here have liver, lungs, colon, kidneys, skin? Maybe one kidney? I don't know. I don't know what you got going on. I'm just saying we all have these filters and pumps in our body and they get overloaded because right now we live in an environment that's overrun by toxins, impurities, different fragrances, all sorts of things that sort of come in and gunk up and muck up those filters and confuse our body. So you need a product like this that's got chlorophyll in it and liposomal milk thistle and burdock root and dandelion root that come in and prime those pumps and humic shell. So if you struggle with things like acid reflux or GERD, this is a beautiful product for you. I've had people who struggle with acid reflux and GERD do 2 at night and it completely obliterates it. So I love, love, love Purify. Great 1-2 punch. We have a skincare line. I'm not going to go too deep into that. All I'm going to let you know is it's one of my favorite skincare lines. People ask me all the time, how do you get glowing skin? And I said from the inside out and basically head to toe, peptide formulas and liposomes. And that's what makes the difference in the way that I look and feel and what type of energy I have too with kinetic energy. Was sipping on a kinetic. Maybe that's why I'm talking even faster today. But I love the kinetic because it's got clean caffeine, 200 milligrams of green tea. It's got adaptogens in there that help the body cope with stress so there's no crash, right? I'm still going to be able to sleep tonight. I love this product. I actually crave it. And I have a friend of mine who was in stage 4. She had a stage 4 tumor, a cancerous tumor in her brain. She said as soon as she started using kinetic, it was like somebody turned all the lights on and she could think and focus even under those conditions. And she's like, now I just crave that product because it's 3 things in one. It's energy, hydration, and mood. So you guys, we have something for everybody. All of these products I just shared with you are all of our customers' favorites. It's super simple to get started and to get more information. But I want to share with you guys some quick testimonials. This is Cindy Maddox's foot. Apathy, using a cane to walk around, has some weight to lose, but felt really sick on the other products, so she didn't want to continue with those. When she started in on the GLP-3, she went down 27 inches with no more inflammation, no more fat foot, is what she said. I can't tell you how many people I've seen in this similar situation that could use a product like this, that they don't have the ability to get out and exercise consistently yet, that they need to do something different to allow the body to release inflammation that they can start moving their body. That's what GLP-3 has done for Cindy. We have lots of great results here, 5 days, 5.2 pounds, 11 pounds in 17 days, but I want to show you some different results too that were life-changing. Oh, they're not here. Okay, one of them was my girlfriend Beata. Beata's in her 60s. She's menopausal or postmenopausal at this point. She had gained 2 pounds on the product and had plateaued and couldn't figure out why. And all of a sudden she realizes that she had the Hume body pod. She originally lost 8.8 pounds and then plateaued. All of a sudden she realized that she was doing an exchange. She just doing that product because she had a tear in her meniscus, so she couldn't work out like she normally does. She started using the product, you guys, and she had gained 1.2 pounds of lean muscle mass. And her visceral fat went down from 15 to 13. Visceral fat's the fat that coats your organs that gives you heart attacks. Okay, that had gone down, but her lean muscle mass had gone up during that time. And I said to her, I said, Beata, take more Purify and drink more water because I know you can't move very much right now. You guys, all of a sudden she went down another 4 pounds. So now she's down 12 pounds. You guys, it just depends. Everybody's a little bit different. But know this, the peptide therapy is working. The metabolic therapy is working. The body will heal itself when it's ready to let go. If you have copious amounts of stress on you, it's going to be harder to let go. You're going to have to find ways to do that along with the product. So that's something I'm big on. So why are you stressed? You might be blessed and stressed, but you might be stressed. And I can tell you this from experience. One of the reasons I was stressed is I didn't have job security. I was always looking, I needed to earn additional income and I didn't have enough hours in my day to do it. Right? I was always wishing that I could, hit some kind of new achievement, in that company to get paid more. But guess what? I was never going to be the CEO of that company that I sold all that stuff for. I wasn't going to do that. I didn't have the opportunity to. So I would have been working forever. And I ask this question all the time. I say, what does your perfect day look like? And let's take money and time and all this stuff off the table. What if you had all the time and all the money in the world? What would you actually be doing with your life? You could put it in the chat. Some people say travel. Some people say more family time. Some people say if I had all the time and all the money in the world, I'd pay off all my debt, or I'd, do a nonprofit, or I'd give the money away, or whatever it means for you. But I know every single one of you at one point was a little kid with a dream that believed that you could do and be whatever you wanted, right? And then somewhere along the line, we gave up because life got hard, life got in the way, finances got in the way, stress got in the way. And one of the reasons I love being a part of three is because even in the pockets of your life, you could build something significant that you're providing high value. Can you imagine if you shared a link online and somebody like Cindy Maddox got a hold of that and it changed her life, and all of a sudden she sends you a picture of her before and after foot? That's called purpose. That's called providing value. That's called entrepreneurialism, solving problems for a profit, right? And that's what we do here. We make it very simple for people to do because people aren't looking for science-backed products. We're more educated than we've ever been before. You know what's interesting to me too? Why are we more overweight when we have more gyms per street than we've ever had since the 1940s? If it was just exercise, it's not. It's the food, it's the quality of food, right? It's the stress that we're under, you guys, that keeps us tired, broke, overweight, and sick. Okay? Are you with me? So the reason I say that is because we are expanding fast. You could jump on this train with us, or you could watch the train take off because we've already done over 200 million in sales in less than 3 years, and we're in 14 different countries. We're expanding all the time. Okay. So this really is a perfect timing for you guys to come in and maybe be like this. Maybe say this. Maybe embrace the idea and ask yourself, what if I ordered some products that I saw value in tonight, put them in my body, had a great result? What if I was the person to share that? What if I was the type of person to let a few girlfriends or guy friends know? Right? It's like sharing a good movie, sharing a good restaurant. This is how something's helped me. And why now? Because this is the easiest thing I've ever done. In my 17 years of being full-time in this industry, the last couple months since we launched the GLP-1 product, you guys, has been the fastest I've ever had. In a short amount of time, people are earning up to 20,000 per month, more than they would have. All right. And that's not a joke. That's like for real, for real. Okay. Sharing their experience. All right. So it's because GLP-1 is a category that's exploding. 52.7 billion in 2025 and projected to be 156 billion globally. It's not going anywhere, right? But people are looking for a natural alternative because they got so tired of being sick on the synthetic. So we are in a new area. And there are people looking to earn additional income. And there are people who's scared of AI taking over their job or their career, right? I saw some funny videos where it's like these moms were like cleaning their house and saying, "Oh, AI, come take this over." My friends, they will. You can laugh about it now, but it's coming. It's already here. Don't you have a robot vacuum? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, just you wait. You guys, this is an opportunity for you to plug in and earn in 6 different ways. You can come on board. You can earn retail commissions, introductory bonuses, team commissions, leadership check match, performance bonuses, global bonuses. Let me just tell you, I've never been a part of a compensation plan that's been this lucrative. And some of you guys might not understand this if you've never been in network marketing before, but I have been. So this isn't my first rodeo. The team commission structure is the best I've ever seen, and the leadership check match is bar none. For me, helping one person achieve one of the higher ranks, okay, that's 300,000 a year just off of one person. That's a big deal. If you knew that you could earn kind of money, that kind of money, who would you talk to, right? Here we have retail commissions. So when you come on board for $30, you open an account. $30, less than a Costco membership. You open an account and it gives you links to your retail site. When you share those links, it could be social media or via text or email or after a phone call, whatever, right? You earn 25% commissions and you get paid the next day. What about team commissions? Well, guess what? Customers and brand ambassadors, people who open their accounts, all take position in your quote tree. Okay, builds a cute little tree here. You plus two plus spillover. There's going to be people above you who continue to recruit that are going to come underneath you because there's only 2 places you can put people. You only have a left and a right team to build. You have a left team and a right team, and they all benefit one another. And if people are building from the top down, yeah, something comes in called override commissions or spillover, which means you're getting paid on work that you did not do once you have your two. And I'm sure you guys probably while I was going through the products, you were thinking about two people already that, could use the products or could use an opportunity to do something different. Wouldn't say no to earning extra income. They'd probably get excited about it, right? And in this scenario, you can earn up to 21,000 per week, not by doing it all by yourself, but by building a team with momentum. And this is where we say true leveraged income comes in. Your team grows and so does your paycheck when you plug into the systems that we offer. So we do have an incredible, this team, this call that you're on right now, we are the fastest growing team in the entire North American market right now. There's a lot of people who are earning 50,000 a year, 100,000 a year, 250,000 a year. Why not you? Right? If you knew you couldn't fail, would you say yes? If you knew that the systems would create success, would you plug in? Right? Yes, I think you would. At least that's what I saw. I was like, well, I don't want to say no. I'm not going to go too into depth on this. I'm just going to say that 2 by 2 by 2 method, we get on something called SmartShip. It's kind of like Amazon Subscribe and Save. Your products get drop shipped to you every 4 weeks. So as long as you're active on that and you have two people doing the same, it compounds. So if we were to say, if Sharon were to say to me, hey, I want to quit my job. I love the way I feel on these products. I'm a massage therapist. I'm going to start sharing them. Can you show me how? I'm going to say, yes, let's get your first two in your first month. She recruits two people her first month. Those two recruit two in their second month. That's four. Those four recruit two people in the third month. That's 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 5, 12, 10, 24, 20, 48, 40, 96. At the end of all of this, you add all those brand ambassadors up. That's 8,190 people ordering, let's say, GLP-3, 3 bottles, 100 CV. That's $35 a cycle. You're earning 31,850 per month. That's the potential, right? But you're like, well, what if not everyone brings their two? Like, certainly I don't know 8,000 people. My social media says I do, but I don't, right? But I know two who know two who know two. But even in an imperfect world, if only 50% of this were to happen, would you be okay with half the allotted income extra if you were working less than 10 hours a week? Right? That's exciting. So I picked a number. So just FYI, when I was a tired, broke single mom, I was like, I need $6,000 per month to be able to quit one of my jobs, the biggest one, the one that was stressing me out the most. If I could just do that. And my team leader met with me and met with me and met with me, and I got to work and got to work and got to work. And in 6 weeks, I made exactly over $6,850. And all of a sudden I was like, whoa, my gosh, it works when you work it. It works. It pays for you to plug in. This is exciting. So this is not to totally impress you, but more to impress upon you what can happen, even in an imperfect world. At the low end, if 90% of the time you were failing and 10% of the time people were saying, yes, you're earning an extra 3,900 a month. Are you with me? That's not bad. You're probably working 5 hours a week on three, 1 hour a day, or maybe, just on the weekend. It just depends. Just depends, right? So that's why that's so powerful. So let's talk about how you can open an account. Now, you don't have to build a business here. Nobody here has to do anything that Adrianne says, right? You can pick whichever products you want to start with. You could start with GLP-3. You could start with any one of our daily essentials. Whatever got you excited, I'm here to help you win. All you have to do is open an account. So it's $30 to open the account, and then you pick a product pack, whatever pack gets you excited. So we have a $200 intro pack that's a 1 month supply of the GLP-3, and you save $25. So at the minimum, you're $200 all in if you want to start with the GLP-3. Okay, which is still a heck of a lot less than going to see your doctor. You're probably going to spend $200 to see the doctor, and then you have to pay for the prescription, right? So here is an Advantage pack. This is one of our more popular packs as well because it comes with 2 free detoxification, which Dr. Dan put in for free because he knows that you'll have a better result on the GLP-3 if you're using the Purify with it. So it's 9 bottles, in other words, a 3-month supply. You go through 3 bottles a month because each bottle is 12 to 15 uses. Okay. So, and then, or you could do a complete pack. So at the very tippy top of all of this, if you have an extra $1,000, know that you're starting a business. Or if you have an extra $1,000 to put towards your health and you're like, I'm going to give GLP-3 a go and I'm going to do it in a 5 to 6 month supply. We're going to send you 15 bottles. That's 3 per month. You're going to save $346. It's the most savings on the pack. And we're going to send you 4 free Purify to go through those 5 to 6 months with. So I think it's a really good deal. Because I know I spent a lot more money than that going to see my physician to get on a synthetic, and I did not feel good. And I'd so much rather be on a product that I can be on long-term and feel good and titrate it up and down because, again, it's just about getting started, getting that peptide therapy, that metabolic therapy in your body. So it looks like this. If you want to sign up and save, you can save that 25%, right, off retail. You can buy retail, but you'll pay 25% higher. Why would you do that? If you could just pay $30 one time for the whole year, right? It's not once a month, it's one time for the whole year, it's annual. Okay. And then you place an initial order, you save 25% and you set up your smart ship. Why would you want to get on the smart ship, the Amazon subscribe and save type deal? Because when you do that, you earn loyalty rewards, which means that the company will send you a $100 rebate for every 6 months that you're on a smart ship. So that's $200 back for the year. That's still more than what Costco sends me back in a year. And then you bank volume for orders CV or greater. If you decide you want to start building a business, it just gives you, it's almost like a bank account. It just holds the volume for you as long as you're active on SmartShip. And you never run out of products. Because if you get on the GLP-3, I always recommend that you get on the 3-pack on the Smart Ship because we've back ordered 3 times. But if you're on Smart Ship, it's not going to back order. You're going to get your product. And it hasn't back ordered since. They've reassured me that's not going to happen again, but that's the way that they've done it. Okay, winding down here. If you're still with me, I'm going to get to Q&A in a second. But I want you to text the person who invited you on right now and let them know if you're a 1 or a 2. Just text them a 1 or 2 and say, I'd love to try the products or I need more product information. I have questions, okay? Or 2, I'd love to try the product and earn income. I'm not opposed to earning additional income if I saw a way or a path to do so. All right, you could get excited about earning extra cash. You're a 2, even if you don't know what that means yet, okay? So you're gonna text the person that right now. And I love this from one of our top industry leaders. He's earned over, I don't even know, it's ridiculous, like $80 million or something in the industry. And he says, what are you doing so great in your life right now that you can't take a chance on your future? Right? What are you doing so great in your life right now that you can't take a chance on your future? I love that. So here's the worst that can happen is that you end up healthier and wealthier. That's the whole opportunity in a nutshell. The worst thing that could happen to you here is you actually feel good and you might make some extra money. Okay, so I'm going to stop the share real quickly and get to the chat. And I'd love to help answer any questions that you guys might have. Okay, Amanda's saying we have lots of medical professionals in our community who also use the products. Yes, they do. The products are life-changing. Yes, they are. Empower others to empower others. That would be your goal. Oh, I love that. That's such a great goal. Yes, you can definitely do that here. Definitely do your nonprofit. Okay, you guys have a reason. A reason. Okay. Yeah, let me see. Purify helps so much. Yes, that's true. Okay, can someone use GLP-3 when still on Ozempic? And no, you're not a doctor, but do they need to go off Ozempic? No. Titrate off of the product. You can incorporate GLP-3 into the medication you're using. You just might not need as many units of your meds. So you definitely want to talk to your doctor and your health professional. Let them know you're going to start doing a natural versus a synthetic, and that your goal is to obviously not pay for both, right? You want to wind down. So I just did this with a girlfriend of mine. She's already down like 50 pounds on, I think it was on tirzepatide, but she's been having such bad GI issues. She's like, I don't know how I'm going to continue this. Like I'm losing weight. And I look in the mirror and I go, oh, this is so awesome, but I can't keep anything down. I'm sick half the time. I don't feel good. I'm lethargic, right? She's not feeling great. So she started in on the GLP-3. She's going to start doing it every other day. And then she's going to stop doing her injection. So that's how she's doing it. But you might want to have them ask their doctor. But yeah, there's a lot of people incorporating it in that way with the intent to get off of the synthetic. Yeah, that would be the goal. What other questions do you guys might have? I'll stop the recording, by the way.